Hey folks, welcome to Guitar Wishlist. This is episode 2. My name is 3-Chord Dave, and we're going to talk about the Kramer 450G as the second entry on my guitar wish list. Now, just in case you're unfamiliar, we in this show are talking about guitars that are in this book and other places, but a lot of this book. So 1001 Guitars You Should Dream of Playing Before You Die. This is a very cool book, and if you're interested in guitars at all, you should pick up your own copy. Check out the links in the description below, and you can, waste hours and hours reading up about guitars from like the 30s right up to today. It's very, very cool, and I recommend it. Now, we are going to talk about the Kramer 450G, and that is from 1976. It has two siblings, the 350G and the flagship 650G. But there's something kind of special. I don't know what it is, but it's something special about the 450G. So that's the one we're going to put on the guitar wish list. Now, as I said, it's from 1976, this guitar, but we're going to go all the way back to 1974, first of all, because we've got to start there. So it was 1974 when Travis Bean, Mark Elwey, and Gary Kramer were pioneering, I should say, the use of aluminium necked guitars, mass production of them, of course. And, but there were some problems with the design they were using there. So the aluminium through neck, where the bridge and the pickups were attached, didn't react well to temperature changes. It made the guitar very difficult to tune and so forth. And there was all kinds of problems with it that hadn't quite been ironed out. Now, if we fast forward to 1976, Gary Kramer decided to start his own company, and he took Dennis Berardi and Phil Patello, and in New Jersey they came up with the design for the 450G. And look, obviously they couldn't use the exact same design that Travis Bean had been using, so they came up with this T-shaped design, where aluminium had inserts of maple or walnut, and they made the neck that way. This helped the guitar feel a little bit lighter and also retain the feel of a regular guitar neck. So the interesting thing about this guitar, of course, is the headstock. It's the first thing that you go to. You've got the two prongs, I suppose, of the tuning fork that house the tuners. And of course, this is a very striking design, considering most guitars have some sort of wooden headstock and shape and all that sort of stuff. This just looks very interesting. And of course, many people were surprised by it. You got the walnut body down here with the maple, the stripes and everything. It does look very 70s, I'll give you that. But with those humbucking pickups in there, it just looks like an absolutely beautiful guitar to my eye. So I'm not a big offset guy, and this is not really an offset guitar, but it does kind of make you wonder shape-wise. So this guitar, as I said, the flagship model was the 650G, that which came after this, where they kind of did, some more fancier work around with the bevel and so forth, kind of a German bevel cut around the edges. It had nicer inlays and things like that. But all in all, the 450G is where it's going to start for me. I think it's a very, very cool guitar. It's a very historical guitar, I think, and that aluminium or aluminum through neck is just it's just a piece of wonderment that I would love to add to the collection. Checking out Reverb, I can see that there's one listing that's pretty good on there, and that is €2,618 right now. Just quite a bit of cash to lay down on a guitar like this. But I do think these are very cool, and hopefully will one day get added to the collection. So I'd love to know your thoughts on the Kramer 450G. Have you played one? Have you owned one? Do you want to sell one? Is there any thoughts you have on either the 350G, the 450G, or the 650G, or on Kramer guitars from the 70s in particular? And do you think we might see these again at some point? Very interesting thoughts there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back with another guitar wish list next Monday, and until then, take care.